This is your ultimate guide to Lake Oconee, Georgia. If you're considering visiting Lake Oconee or buying a home here, I'm going to give you a local perspective of what life is really like around Lake Oconee. Here's what you can expect to learn in the next few minutes. I'll talk about what the weather and seasons are like, things to do, and communities and neighborhoods, and the local life and culture. Before we dive into what makes so many people love this area, let me share a little about my story. So grab your coffee or maybe a sweet tea and let's talk about it. How one weekend trip changed everything. I grew up in Dearborn Heights, Michigan, and my husband Larry is from Franklin, Michigan, just outside of Metro Detroit. We both spent years in the tech sales world, and life eventually reconnected us at the Ryder Cup in Oakland Hills in 2004. At one point, Larry said, "You've got to see this place called Lake Oconee." I'll be honest, I didn't even know where that was on the map. But the first time I drove down through the pines and saw the water glinting through the trees, I was hooked. We built our home, got married at Great Waters, and by 2010, this place had officially become home base. The thing that still stands out to me from the early days was how open and welcoming everyone was. Neighbors brought food by, people actually waved when you passed them on the road. It felt like the kind of community we didn't realize we were missing. That's what I love sharing with clients now, the real community here. Not just the beautiful homes or the golf courses, but the people who make this place feel like family. What it's really like to work with a local Lake Oconee realtor. When you work with me and my team, you're not just hiring a realtor, you're connecting with people who live here, shop here, boat here, and know the rhythm of the lake year-round. Because we're local, we can tell you what Friday night feels like in each neighborhood, or which cove stays calm even when the rest of the lake is busy. Sometimes clients just want to drive around and get a feel for the neighborhood, and I'll say, let's just hop in the golf cart. I'll show you what it's like and what this community feels like. It's never just about listings or numbers. It's about matching people to the lifestyle that fits them. Buying or selling here is personal because life here is personal. So let's talk about what it's really like living here at Lake Oconee. First off, yes, it gets warm. Summers feel like summer with stretches in the 90s and plenty of humidity to go with it. You'll appreciate a good porch fan and a shaded dock. But the payoff, you get spring and fall that actually feel like spring and fall. 70s, breezy days, and sunsets that seem to last forever. In winter, mostly mild. We'll dip into the 20s or teens now and then, but it's short-lived. Every few years, we get that magical snow day, just enough to take pictures before it melts by noon. It's a far cry from scraping ice off the windshield up north. Lake Oconee sits in this sweet spot where you can enjoy 4 seasons without extreme weather. You're about 90 minutes from Atlanta and a little over an hour from Augusta, so you're close to the city when you want it, but it still feels tucked away. In day-to-day life, easy pace, but you still got great healthcare, good schools, and all the conveniences you need, just without the crowds. What to do at Lake Oconee on any given weekend? People always ask, what do you even do out there? And I usually laugh because the list never ends. You can play golf in the morning, grab lunch at the National Tavern, and be out on the water by afternoon. Or spend Saturday at the farmer's market in Greensboro and Sunday on the boat with friends. Every spring, the Ritz-Carlton hosts the Lake Oconee Food and Wine Festival, which has become a huge local favorite. It's one of the weekends that brings everyone out, live music, great food, and just the relaxed lake energy. There are concerts, art walks, fireworks over the water, and little pop-up events all year long. But even on a quiet weekend, the lake gives you something to do, even if it's just coffee on the dock and watching the sun come up. Which Lake Oconee neighborhood fits your lifestyle? One of the coolest parts about this area is how different each neighborhood feels. Reynolds Lake Oconee is what most people think of first. Golf, resort amenities, lakefront living. It's beautiful and very community driven. Cuscowilla has this relaxed, low country vibe. Great golf, lots of character, and an easygoing pace. Harbor Club is a little more family oriented with a fun social energy. Perfect if you want to be close to both the lake and town. Del Webb is built for 55 and over with a strong sense of community and plenty of activities to keep you busy. And then there's Lake St. Clair and Madison, which offer their own charms, quieter, often more affordable, but still just as beautiful. Madison especially has this historic small town character that people fall in love with. No two spots are alike. It's really about finding what fits you. Lake Oconee's culture might surprise you. When people picture lake towns, they think boats and golf, but there's so much more here. We've got Festival Hall, the Plaza Art Center, and the Oconee Performing Arts Society, which brings in concerts, plays, and community events. So you'll find local art galleries, craft markets, and even classical performances that rival what you'd see in the city. The downtowns of Greensboro, Eatonton, and Madison are full of life. Boutique shops, antique stores, good coffee, and that small town hospitality that's hard to describe until you feel it. And what I love most, it's not just retirees or second homeowners anymore. We're seeing young families, remote workers, and entrepreneurs choosing to make this home year-round. You'll find folks volunteering, running local businesses, and showing up for one another. That's the heartbeat of Lake Oconee, community first. Is Lake Oconee calling your name? So if you're curious about lake life, this is your sign to come and see it for yourself. Whether you're exploring neighborhoods, thinking about a second home, or just wondering what's possible, I'd love to help you experience it the way locals do. You can find me online at Dwell Real Estate or reach out for our Lake Oconee relocation guide, which has community maps, local favorites, and tips from people who actually live here. Until next time, I'm Jennifer Vaughan. Thanks for spending some time with me, and remember to love where you dwell.